The ceremonial drums became silent, and once again stillness filled the evening air. The gentle breeze of contentment fell across the village, but all too soon the gentle breeze gave way to a new and ominous sound that foretold the destiny of the red man. It would now come to pass that the Indian, he who had fought the elements of the wilderness and became the master, and he who had killed the mighty buffalo and found warmth in their skins, would now prepare for the greatest struggle of all, a struggle that was heralded by the sound of a gunshot, the tracks of wagon wheels, and the moan of falling trees as the white man began clearing his path through the villages of the red man. History makes little note of our arrival upon the land, but our departures are clearly recorded with the signing of each treaty. Now the red man would begin his journey, a journey that would take him far from the land of his fathers. The white man had brought to this land his customs, his religions, his battles, and his disease. Our weapons were too weak to fight any of these. It was not death that the red man feared with the coming of the intruder. No, it was a far greater force. Its very strength would strip the plains of its grass, bring about the exodus of fish and fowl, and see my people go in search of what was once ours. No, it was not death that we feared, and only when we began to live as the white man, wear his clothes, and eat as he eats, did we realize what dreaded evil had come to shape our destiny. Progress would be the victor over our struggle for survival. I go now, but I leave you with something to think about. You of the 20th century, remember well the fate of the red man. He too was once the tiger of the mountains.
We can learn from the story of the red man. Now the struggle for control of the New World had begun, and as time passed, the land would be claimed by the countries of Spain, France, England, and here in Texas by Mexico. Spain was the first to claim Texas, but it was France that established the first European colony at Fort St. Louis near Lavaca Bay in the year 1685. Word of this French settlement alarmed the Spaniards. To ensure the protection of their holdings, they established missions all across Texas. One of the earliest missions established in the state, and the first one built east of the Pecos River, was the Mission San Clemente. It was founded in 1684 by Juan Dominguez de Mendoza, a Spanish explorer, and Father Nicolas Lopez. It was located on a hill south of the present city of Ballinger in our very own Runnels County. The missions in Texas had been the foundation for the future settlements in here, just as the colonies along the eastern seaboard had been the cradle for the infant America. The New World was beginning to grow, and so too the citizens, in body, mind, and spirit. The body had carried the heavy burden of construction, and with that task well underway, the mind turned to thoughts of injustice and independence. The dream of freedom was being formed, and the spirit of those early settlers of America would move them to battle, and victory would reward them with independence and a free nation. This was the American Revolution, 1776, a time of courageous men acting as midwives to that newborn infant wrapped in a flag of freedom. It was a time when we would learn all too well that everything has its price. A time when we would first be introduced to the collector. His name, death. His asking price for freedom, bloodshed, tears, and destruction. We paid him well and prayed he would.